Hey y'all, welcome back to Business in Blue. I'm your host, Leah Harper, and I'm so glad to be bringing you another episode. Today's guest is someone who's shifting the culture when it comes to wellness and entrepreneurship in the city. She's a proud U of M alum, a powerhouse in the fitness space, and the founder of one of the most talked about studios in town, Evolve Pilates. Please help me welcome to the studio, Ashley Hayes.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
How are you?
Did you write that?
I did.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you.
No, but I mean it. I mean everything
Thank
that I
you.
said. Like seeing you on social media and just your boldness and how you are so headstrong in your business and what you founded. Like for me, it truly is inspiring. Like,
Thank you.
I love
Thank you.
So to start things off, we're gonna play a quick game. I love to start
Okay.
all of the podcasts off with a game. So this one is called This or That Memphis Moves Campus Edition.
Okay,
So you
let's
gotta
go.
put yourself back in that mindset. a
I'm
little bit.
already here. Like
All right.
walking on campus, I was like, oh my gosh,
I'm back.
I'm back. I always come to the library sometimes.
Really?
And just do work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I went to the library like 2 times. 2 times. But I'm just a freshman, so I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I'll get deeper in there as my journey goes along.
Yeah.
But to start off, would you rather study in the UC or study at a coffee shop?
I love a coffee shop.
Okay.
I love just trying out different coffee shops, local coffee shops, every coffee shop in Memphis.
Yeah.
I try Hive to Dr. Beans to City and State. Like, I just love a coffee shop. I feel like it's just something about being there, doing work, being productive. It just really puts me in my element.
Yeah, I feel like whenever I try to study in the UC, there's no studying getting done.
Yeah, I'm just
I see a
looking
friend
around.
come in and I'll be like, come sit with me. And like, we're just not going to be focused. The next question, a Tiger football game or a Grizzlies playoff game?
I have to tell you guys a true story.
Okay.
So I've only went to one Tiger football game. I feel so bad.
Are
And
you
it was the best
serious?
game ever
How
because
many-
it was the Ole Miss game.
How many years did you go to Memphis, Ashley?
Almost 5.
Oh, and
Yeah,
only
I know.
one
And
Tigers
it was like
football
my
game?
last semester. And it was a Ole Miss versus Memphis game. And it was the best game ever. And I regretted it ever since. I regretted it. So I would say
It's never
Memphis
too late to go.
Tigers.
Never
Yes,
too
I'm
late
going
to
to
go
do
back
better
again.
this year. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
promise?
I promise. I'm going to be there.
Then. Okay, the third question. When you would be in your planning stage of like doing a project or like really just doing a project, would you rather have made a business plan or a vision board with your team?
I'm going to say vision board only
Okay.
because I feel like when people think about business plans, I feel like you just have to be they feel like you have to be so accurate, right? And I feel like as far as even my studio goes, I created a vision board and I created a business plan. But I feel like with my business plan, I continue to have to go in and tweak it. But as far as my vision board, I have everything that I put on the board now.
Okay.
So I would go with vision board. Yeah.
Would you rather go to a networking mixer or a solo strategy night when you're planning?
I love to network. I love to meet new people.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started networking during my internship here at the University of Memphis. I was a political science and English major, and so I didn't realize how important networking was until I did my first internship. And so that was with a political campaign, and everyone that I needed to know now, I met during the internship. So
Yeah, that's great.
networking for sure.
Okay, so if you're going to go out, would you rather have a midtown vibe or get some downtown energy?
For some reason, every time I get in my car, it automatically goes downtown.
Okay.
Like automatically. Like I'm like, what am I down here for?
Just to look around.
Right.
You know,
But
just to
I
get the-
love
just get the
downtown,
vibe.
but it just automatically goes there because I live downtown, I play downtown, I work downtown, so it automatically my car goes to downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. And I feel like your studio is also downtown as well, right?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
in a neighborhood called Uptown, but it's really close to downtown Memphis.
Yep. So I know that you are a proud U of M alum, and but I really want to go beyond campus. Like, I really want to know, what was that start of Pilates for you? Like, what first sparked that interest? Like, was it a fitness class? Was it going to the rec? Like, what was that initial spark for you?
So I actually was in like a car accident in 2017. And so I was just looking to start my fitness journey back, heal.
Yeah.
And so a friend of mine invited me to Pilates. And so I tried it out because I'm always into I'm open-minded. So I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And I was automatically addicted. I just love the way when I walked in class, I feel like, you might be next to someone doing a handstand. You might be next to someone with a six pack, but honestly, like the class is all about you and what you make it. And so I just was really addicted to what that made me feel like, and challenging myself and really escaping anything that was not in that room. And so I started my Pilates journey that way. And I've just been practicing ever since.
So it's really like that leans you more into your purpose and into your calling.
Yeah.
I love that. So, and today, what does that mean to you now to be a Pilates instructor, and like the energies that you bring into your building and that you pour into your work? What does that mean to you?
I think being a Pilates instructor is so much more than like I think people make it seem like on Instagram and TikTok. Like I literally make sure down to the music, to the lighting, like all of those are very important to me. Being able to like meet people and make it a personable experience. Everybody in my class, I go up to them before class or after class and kind of like talk to them, because I feel like being a light means so much more than like you have to really just shine your light, and you never know what other people are going through. So everybody that walks in my class, I want to make sure that they feel like empowered, inspired, and ready to go.
Yep. It's like tapping into that community aspect. So like, it's not only that you're taking a class, but you're starting a new journey to better yourself.
Yes.
And I can say I totally felt that coming to the class that I was able to go to. I went to a flow class, came in, I was nervous, I was a little jittery. I went with my mentor, and she was like, you're going to be fine. But I know with me, whenever I start something new, I feel like I have to be amazing at it from the very beginning. And when I walked in, I knew to take that guard down. And I feel like my instructor, Erica, shout out to Erica, she was just very welcoming and very empowering. Like, it's okay if you don't get it the first time. Like, this is your first time doing something. So I definitely can say I feel like you did a great job with picking your instructors and picking your team and planting seeds in them, because they truly did make me feel special coming in, and I can't wait to visit again. So
Thank you. Shout out to Erica for sure. And all of our instructors are really great, because I wanted a very diverse group of women, and not even diverse within like race, but diverse in like what they do. Like you have one person who is an actual full-time yoga instructor. You have one person who is a full-time mom. You have one person who is an actual cosmetologist.
Yeah.
You have one person who is a marketing person. So I wanted to we have 2 nurses. So I wanted to kind of pull out people from, different areas, because Pilates is so much more than what people think it is. And so I just wanted people to be inspired by different people.
Yep, I love that. So I know that you said Pilates is more than what we think it is. So tell me, what is Pilates?
Yeah. So I'll tell you first. I think that people think that Pilates is just like you have to be in shape. Like it's always aesthetically pleasing. You have on your, your cute
2-piece set.
Yeah, 2-piece set. You're ready to go. You have your clip in your hair, but Pilates is so much more than that. So Pilates is really like tuning the world out and tuning into your body.
Yeah.
It's about really like finding your engagement in your breath. Like we take breath for granted so often every day.
Yeah.
And so Pilates really centers you to find that breath. I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and every time they come to class, they forget about everything else outside of class because they're so focused. And so I'll just share with you guys the 6 principles of Pilates. So the 6 principles of Pilates is breath, concentration, centering, precision, flow, and precision and flow. All right. And so all of those things make up what Pilates is. So when you're in class, you have to be intentional about your breath. You have to be intentional about centering through your powerhouse. You have to be intentional about concentrating on the instructor, what the instructor is saying, active listening. So if you're doing all these things, you can't be doing anything else outside of that. And
that's what Erica kept telling me, breathe, because I'm like, oh my goodness. I was too focused on the fact that like, I really don't know what I'm doing right now. And she's like, I'm going to guide you through it. So
breath really drives the movement. And so if you're not breathing,
you're not moving.
Right. You can't be engaged in the core if you're not breathing. Yeah.
So I know that earlier in our icebreaker game, you said that you would prefer to do a vision board instead of the other option that I had listed. And I really just want to tap into that because I feel like a lot of college students, we want to be entrepreneurs. That's what we're called to. That's what everyone's pushing nowadays. So I really want to know, what was that journey like for you, and truly tapping into your entrepreneurship journey, like knowing I'm my own boss, I'm going to run this. Like, what was that process like for you?
So I think the very first thing that I had to do was create that vision board. So I'm a Pinterest girl. So I'm going to Pinterest for everything, nails,
I love Pinterest,
literally
yeah.
outfits, everything. So I was like, oh my gosh, I got
It's
to go
like
to Pinterest.
a girl's best friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I got to go to Pinterest and figure out my vision for this studio. So I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, okay, I'm just going to grab some photos that I really like people's studios, and like try to, make it my own.
Yeah.
And so that's exactly what I did. I was like getting images together, like what floors did I like, what mirrors did I like, what type of reformers did I want, what's the color scheme, and all those things. And so after I did the vision board, I think that's when like the business plan came into place, because I was like, okay, this is the mirror that I want.
Yep.
Let's see who has this mirror for a very inexpensive price. And so I was able to take that vision board to the actual business plan to come up with like how much those expenses were going to cost. So once I did that, I was like, okay, the big part, how much money do I need to start this business?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the biggest hurdle, because like we feel like we need this substantial amount of money. And if we just plan appropriately, then you can definitely execute your vision. Like, I received a $25,000 like a forgivable loan from Edge. And so that's a group here locally. They provide grant funding for different businesses around the city, and then the Memphis Medical District. And so that was about like $12,000. And so they are always helpful for small businesses and providing resources for those small businesses. And so outside of that, I reached out to probably like 15 other people for funding, and the answer was no. And so I could have stopped and been like, oh my gosh,
They told me no.
I don't know what to do, because I mean, those were thoughts in my head, but for some reason I was like, you know what, I'm just going to keep going. And that's exactly what I did. So I would also advise everybody out there to just save, like whether it's $50 or $5, like save something, because it really does help. So now all of my stuff, like I own it. I'm not renting anything. I just have to pay like my space for my space. I just have to pay like payroll for the instructors. But other than that, like my overhead is very low. And so I'm very glad that I didn't have to take out those loans or anything.
Yeah. And I know that you talked about getting no's. So how did you keep yourself uplifted? Like, did you have your family support? Did you have your friend support? Like, who did you turn to be able to lift yourself up?
Honestly, like I feel like I have a real small circle. Like I'm a big person. Like, oh wait, okay, I'm not gonna put everything into the air until it's like complete.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to jinx it, But
or
I
let
have
anybody down. I do that too.
Yeah. So I have a very small circle where I'm like, okay, I can share this with you all. But honestly, when I got those no's, I was just like, well, you're lost. You're just not going to be a part of this journey.
Yeah.
Because I really believed in the vision.
And
so
look at Evolve Pilates now.
Yeah. And so I really was trying to explain, but some people won't see your vision. They really won't. And they won't understand what you're trying to bring to the community because it's so different.
Yeah.
And so you just got to keep going. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I know that you mentioned Edge and how they will help small businesses get their feet on the ground and begin to grow their clientele. How does it feel for you, being a minority in the city, owning a small business yourself?
I feel like I'm inspiring other people to know that they can also do it. Like 100%. They can be a dreamer, thinker, doer, just like, I did. The challenges that we face, like everybody is not going to, provide funding for your business. Sometimes they're not going to believe in it. So really stepping into being a small business, leaning on other small businesses. Like we have a whole block of businesses. I don't know if you got to experience, but Groovy Gratitude is right next door. Right. And so there's also a flower studio that's right at the corner that does flowers. And so really leaning on one another. We
that
fed
village.
off. Yeah. Really like asking the right questions. We were able to all get together and kind of like talk about what we were experiencing.
What truly inspired you to want to make Pilates your business? Like, this is your full-time job, your
Yeah,
full-time career.
Honestly, I just felt so inspired the first day I walked in class. I was like, I want to do that for people, And so I've been dreaming about this for a long, long time. I was like, but one day I woke up, I guess that was part of the thinking part. I really do enjoy the dreamers, thinkers, doers, because I think that is so important, because like I was dreaming at first, and then I actually woke up one day, I'm like, okay, so what's stopping me?
Yeah, it's like you went from student to studio owner. So like, what were those early steps that you knew you had to take, like from finding a building to creating your brand, your vision, your image? Like, to our listeners who don't know what Evolve is, what would you say Evolve is to you?
Yeah, so I would say that Evolve is so much more than movement. It's definitely like community. It's definitely really meeting people exactly where they are, being patient with people, knowing that no matter who you are or what you look like, this is a space for you. And so when I first realized that I was actually going to open Evolve, sign the lease and everything, I just knew it was going to be up like the next week. I'm like, okay, it's going to be up the next week. And then I learned quickly that that's not how things, that's not how things work. And so it is definitely a process, but I'm so grateful that I was patient and everything turned out exactly how I wanted it to turn out.
So to our listeners who may not know what Evolve is, the brand, the image, the thought process that came behind it, what is Evolve?
Yeah, so I was just thinking of names one day, and I was like, okay. I was just writing down different names. I'm like, I don't like that one. No,
Scratch
that
it
doesn't
off.
say
Scratch
it.
it
No,
off.
I'm like, that doesn't say anything. No, but I feel like every day we are evolving.
Yeah.
Like, you never want to be the same person that you were yesterday, and like I literally live like that. I'm like, I want to at least grow 1% today, be better today than I was yesterday. And so I also feel like with everybody evolving, like you have to understand that like nobody is going to be the same. And so you have to be understanding. And so always moving with love is one thing that I live by also.
Yeah.
Like, you never know what people are going through. So always be nice to people, have a positive attitude. And so I feel like Evolve capture all of that.
Yes, it truly does.
It's a positive environment. You're moving with love and light, and you're always growing. Like, you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're always evolving.
So speaking of Evolve, when did you finally open it?
So we had our grand opening on May 18th, 2025 this year. So it's only been a couple of months. We're going into like our third month, and it's been very great. It's been very great. Yeah, the grand opening was absolutely amazing. It was raining, and I was like, people are not going to come, and it was packed. Like, people were actually like outside. And
that's the room Memphis was community, though.
Yeah, it was amazing. Everything that I dreamed of, for sure.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank
I love
you.
that.
Thank you.
So as you were going throughout your process, were there any key moments or challenges that really had you step into that reality? I want to dive deeper into that to where you realized, okay, I need to slow down a little bit.
I think like me, I'm a planner. So like, I'm always planning every step. Like, I'd make a to-do list absolutely every day. And I like, it just satisfies me to just scratch everything out. And so I guess like knowing that I'm not going to scratch out being done with the floors today. It's okay. Like, you can save some for tomorrow. And so I think that's one of the challenges I'm still working on, but I'm overcoming it.
So do you feel like any of the lessons you learned in college have shown up through your entrepreneurial journey?
Definitely. I feel like, oh my gosh, I've learned so much in college.
Let's talk about it.
I was an English major and political science major, double major. So definitely time management. But Pilates also taught me that, because I realized that you can't come to Pilates 10 minutes late. Or you can't come to Pilates, 15 minutes late. They will lock the door.
That is so true, because I do want to say, we probably showed up like 3 minutes before, and Erica was ready to lock that door.
We give students a 5-minute grace period.
I was like, let's hurry up. But also, like, we didn't want to be behind either. So I'm sharing a lot of my experience from my class, but we were just like, we need to hurry up and get in. But that is true.
Yeah,
so do not play. Be on time for Pilates.
But I also learned some of that at the University of Memphis. And I'm going to go back to that dreamers, thinkers, doer. I think I learned that mindset, and it has really stuck with me. It used to be all over the school. We were celebrating the centennial, and so it just stuck with me.
Yep, and I love that you keep bringing up the thought of dreamers.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of our students are our listeners, they're listening to this podcast right now. So what would you encourage them to do if they have a dream like yours to become an entrepreneur, to branch out and to step out on what they want to do? How would you advise them to move forward?
I would just advise them to honestly just go for it. Like, do it. Like, once you've got the dream, you have the vision, think about the plan, the implementation, how you're going to execute it, and just do it. Because
write it out, make it plain.
Nobody's perfect. We're learning along the way, and that's really the beauty in it, honestly. Like, when I wake up, I'm like, okay, I learned something yesterday that I did not think I was going to learn, but I'm learning every day.
Yeah, I love that. And that's the kind of advice that really sticks. I know for both of us, this city sticks to both of our hearts. So I really just want to know, why did you choose to start your studio here in Memphis? Because you could have went anywhere. You could have moved to Nashville. You could have moved anywhere.
Yeah,
but you decided to plant your business here and decide, this is where I want to show up. This is where I want to build. And I want to know why.
Okay, so I actually moved to Houston in 2023.
Okay.
My sister lives there, so I wanted to be close to my sister. We have a great relationship.
I can relate to that.
Yeah,
for sure.
and so I got an opportunity to come back to my old job, and so I was like, okay, bummer. I mean,
Did you do Pilates when you went over
I
to
did,
Houston?
yeah, and I just realized how many different studios they had, different vibes,
Yeah.
and I kind of like.
Almost like a guinea pig, looking everywhere.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to take that, and I want to build my own.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to build my own, but I guess I was just doing research at the time. Actually, everything works out for a reason. But when I came back here, I honestly wasn't excited to come back to Memphis because I was complaining all the time. My boyfriend, he was like, why are you complaining? Like, just whatever you want here, you have to create it. So that's exactly what I decided to do.
Yep. So let's talk about life after graduation, because I know, at least speaking from my own experience, I haven't graduated yet, but I feel like I'll get to that point to where I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do next? Where am I going to move to? Where am I going to be planted? Could you share a post-grad experience where reality hit and it was like, you know what, this might not go as planned? Like, did you ever have a moment like that? Not even just related to Pilates, just like in general.
I think, I feel like a lot of those moments, actually. When I first graduated from college, I actually worked as an executive assistant for a moving company. And I was like, well, this isn't in my major, but everything, again, worked out for a reason because during that time, I learned all of the skills I needed. And I received a call from my internship, somebody that I met in my internship, regarding a job with the city of Memphis. And so all of it worked out. I learned all of the necessary skills that I needed in that job. I didn't see the vision at the moment, but then I knew I had all the skills that I needed for an actual job within my field.
Yeah. I know you keep mentioning your internship. What kind of internship was it?
So I had 2 internships. So one of them was Peer Power.
Okay.
And so I thought I wanted to be a teacher at first.
I believe they still do that.
Yeah, I thought I wanted to be a teacher at first. That's why I was like English major, right?
Okay.
And then I was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. So I kind of pivoted toward political science a little bit more. And so I was canvassing on a mayor's campaign. And so it was very fun. I got to meet a lot of people. I got to knock on doors. I got to call people. And I feel like at first I was like, oh my gosh, I want to run for something, run for office. And I was like, oh no, I'm good. Behind the scenes is good with me. I feel like I can still be impactful behind the scenes. So all of those different learning, opportunities definitely guided me to exactly where I am today.
Okay. This is going to shift gears just a little bit. I want us to start imagining.
Yeah.
You have your dream Pilates class.
Yeah.
Who are you teaching? You have how many reformers?
6.
All right. Give me a lineup.
Who am I teaching? My dream Pilates class. In my dream Pilates class, I'm teaching Destiny's Child, okay?
Okay.
We're getting ready for hopefully Act 3.
Yes.
So we're teaching them.
Beyonce, we need you.
Yes, for sure. The other 3. Kerry Washington. I love Kerry Washington.
Little scandal moment.
Yes, yes. I still watch that.
So they just put it back on Netflix.
Binge it again. I'm like, this is going to be like the 4th time. The last 2. Justin Bieber.
Okay.
I'm a huge Justin Bieber fan. He just put out an album.
I
If
think
you guys
he'd be
haven't
down.
listened already. Yeah.
I think he'd be down.
I'm gonna go with Barack. I mean, who won't?
Obama?
Yeah, and
Obama
he's a
on
man, and
reformer?
Pilates is for men. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
We'll get
think he'd
him
be
in there.
down. You know what? We can even bring in Michelle.
Yeah,
We can bring the whole family.
right.
We can
We
bring the whole
definitely
family.
can.
Bring the daughters in, everything. I know that Pilates hasn't always been marketed towards the younger crowd. Like I feel like growing up, I always heard about, oh, moms are going to Pilates or that kind of dilemma. But I want to know, what is Evolve doing to be sure that they're pulling in the younger generation and Gen Z as far as social and just like the different things y'all are posting and your outreach? Like, what are you guys doing to be sure to bring in that younger crowd? Or is that your target crowd? Your target audience?
Yeah. So I will go back to when I was in Houston. I taught at this studio called Duo Houston, and I realized like it was. I taught in Memphis too, and so the audience was very different. When I was in Houston, the audience was very like younger professionals just now entering their careers, and I was like, oh my gosh, like they do have discretionary income to purchase, memberships if they want to, So I feel like just creating a space that they feel welcome and, and fun. Honestly, like music is a huge part of it. I feel like music can relate to anybody, any culture. So that's a huge part of the Evolve Studio.
Yep. And I know in my position here with Fogelman, I know that I'm in charge of all of our socials, and I'm constantly trying to come up with different reels or different memes or like different posts to be able to highlight our students, just to be sure that everyone feels like they're connected. Because I feel like whenever you're following someone on Instagram, you follow them because you feel like you can relate to them and because you can share a story with them. So what is the thought process behind the Evolve like Instagram page?
Definitely, when I create a post for Evolve Pilates, I definitely think about inclusivity. Like I want to make sure that everybody feels like they can be a part. I never try to make it like something exclusive, and fun. Like people need to see movement, Like I love aesthetics too, so I try to keep it like very aesthetically
You're doing a great
pleasing.
job. I love it.
But yeah, that's really honestly
Just
it.
showing that like Pilates truly can be for everyone.
Yeah.
Like I love how you tie that all in.
Yeah.
So I know earlier in our game we mentioned that you would want to bring Justin Bieber, Barack Obama into the studio because Pilates is not just for women. Pilates is for men too. So I want to know, how are you encouraging bringing male clientele into your business?
Yeah, so I was just to give an example. So it took me about 2 years to convince my boyfriend to try Pilates. And once I convinced him, he has been going ever since. And so that was in 2019.
Yeah.
So he has been actively a Pilates person ever since I introduced him to it. And so we currently have 2 founding members that are men for Evolve Pilates, and one of them is 66 years old. And
wow,
really, like, even my boyfriend says this all the time, like Pilates, it's helping him with his golf game.
Yeah.
And so I always like to tell men, like, Pilates is not for women only. The name Pilates is actually a guy named Joseph Pilates. It's a man himself.
I had no clue.
So
You just enlightened me.
Yes. And so this is his exercise, I don't know really how it
evolved into see what I did
right.
there?
But this practice is for everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody, every gender, you can do it. Yeah.
Love that. Well, do you feel like the Pilates field is kind of competitive with different studios?
I don't think so. I mean, honestly, like...
Because I was going to say, if you do feel like it's competitive, how do you feel Evolve constantly shows, well, here's how we're different? Like, how do you think you all do that?
I honestly, like, this is my motto in my real life. Like, I just like to stay in my lane. Like, I want to make sure that Evolve is original. Like, I want to make sure that we're executing, like, how we feel, like... Yeah, I don't think it's competitive. I think that everybody has a spot. Like, fitness is just a journey. Like, everybody has an audience. Everybody has, I don't think it's competitive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with Evolve, I know that you all have different stages and different levels of difficulty. Could you explain that to our listeners and let them know, like, if they wanted to book a class, what should they be looking for? Like, if they're a beginner or if they've done it before, like, that whole gist.
Yeah, okay. So our foundation class is very beginner friendly. It's normally at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Yeah, I went to the Wednesday class, guys.
And so the foundation class is a class where you can come in no matter who you are. We will meet you where you are. You'll get to learn about the principles of Pilates, really getting to know your body, the machine, breathing, and no stress at all. We're going to meet you exactly where you are. And so the foundation class is very beginner friendly. I suggest if you have never done Pilates before, you should go to the foundation class. Now, if you've done Pilates before, maybe on the mat or on the reformer, then you can spice it up just a little bit. You're going to go to the flow class.
Okay.
All right. And so flow is a little bit more spicier. We incorporate cardio into the class. So cardio intervals into the class. But you still... we still make sure that it's beginner friendly. So if somebody comes into the flow class and they've never done Pilates before, we still make sure they get an opportunity to feel, turn on their intentional breathing and things like that. And now the strength class, that one is very spicy. So that class is actually with a jump board. And so that class, so that's a piece of equipment that we actually put on. We removed the platform and we put the jump board in. And so you can do a lot of cardio on that jump board. And so get your heart rate up really quickly, but it's a really fun class too. It's a really fun class. And then Restore. Restore is one of our favorite classes, like well-attended classes, because it gives you that zen. And so if you're looking for something, you just want to stretch, chill, almost fall asleep, that'll be the class for you.
Okay, so out of all of the classes that you all offer, which one is your go-to? I want to teach this one.
Yeah, my class is flow.
Okay.
I love to teach flow because I feel like I can meet people where they are. And I can either provide modifications or progressions as needed. Like anybody can come to a flow class. And a strength class, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging for us to provide those modifications. You can go there too, but I wouldn't suggest someone coming to a strength class on their first class.
Okay. I know that you mentioned mat Pilates. What made you go the reformer route instead of staying focused on mat Pilates?
Yeah, so I started practicing mat Pilates in 2017, and then I got the certification in 2019. And so around 2021, I was like, I just want to know all things Pilates. And so I researched it, and reformer, it popped up because like that's an original practice. So I was like, okay, wow, I'm going to go to the reformer teacher training. And so that's exactly what I did. And I was like, oh, I love this one because teaching mat Pilates, I love teaching mat Pilates too, but it's a little bit more intensive because you actually have to do the movements, with the students. And so reformer, we're more focused on your alignment, your form, your, really teaching and cueing.
Yeah. And with Pilates and like us being centered in Memphis, how do you feel you tie in our city and your love for the city within your business?
Actually, I think I'm seeing it every day. As people are walking into the studio, they are ready to work. They are ready to move with love. And I feel like, I'm like, wow, this is impactful. Somebody just literally asked me the other day, they was like, do you realize like how impactful this is? And I'm like, you're always moving around, you know, you're on to the next thing. I'm on my to-do list. I'm trying to check things off. I really didn't think about how impactful it is. But I as I'm sitting, thinking about it more and more, I'm like, wow, we are contributing to the wellness space here in Memphis.
Yes. And I will say, like, even how I touched on earlier, when I saw your initial ad for it, I was like, oh my goodness, she looks like me. Like, this is something that I truly can do, and sending it out to my friends and them being interested too. I just want to let you all know, like, the influence is real, and I truly do appreciate you being the face of that brand and how you carry yourself. I feel like it truly is empowering, and I just love it. And so, looking forward towards the future, what do you see for the future of Evolve? More locations, pop-up classes, like, what do you see?
Well, I feel like, now that I've done it, right, went from dreamer, thinker to doer, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, whatever you dream, you really can accomplish. So I'm everything. I don't want to really put a limit on it. Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm all the things, whatever I'm thinking, let's do it. Let's execute it.
Well, Ashley, I want to thank you so much for coming on Business in Blue. Your journey from campus to CEO is so beautiful.
Well, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for reaching out.
Of course. And for our listeners who want to keep up with Evolve, keep up with you, just see what you're doing, or if they want to book a class, where can we find you all?
So you can find us, you can visit our website at www.evolvepilates.com. And for the student listeners out there, we offer a student discount. And so if you want more information about that, you can always DM us on Instagram or TikTok.
Well, thank you so much for joining us in the studio. This has been Business in Blue, all things business, all things Memphis.